Hey, I have a question for you. What would your life look like if you were able to eliminate fear from your life? Think back and think about all the opportunities you turned away. Think about all the times that you allowed fear to dictate the decision, right? And you're like, man, I'm just scared. I don't want to do it because I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. And so you kind of just walked away from a situation that might have been a very good opportunity for you. So I want to share with you a story real quick. A couple of years back, I got involved with the Rotary Club, right? And I remember I got invited to the Rotary Club, and I met a bunch of amazing people from day one, right? And so after attending the meeting a couple of times, I was asked to if I wanted to become a member. So they voted me in. I was a member. I was excited. A couple months later, they asked me. They said, "Would you be interested in a position like chair, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm interested." They're like, "Well, we're trying to find someone to fill president elect." And so at the time, I wasn't familiar with the organization, like member positions, right? I wasn't familiar like what positions did what. All I knew that I was an active member, and I was excited because I saw it as a business opportunity to network, right? It was my first time really networking, and so I was excited. And a couple of days later, one of the guys asked me, he's like, "How does it feel to be the to how does it feel that you're going to be the next president?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well, that's what president elect is. President elect is means that you're going to be next in line for president." And I was like, "Man, I thought that I was going to like be like assistant to the president, like help him, organize the meetings or take attendance or whatever, right?" And he's like, "No, like you're going to actually be the actual president next year." And that moment, like I remember, I got real scared. I got real scared because I was never one to talk in front of groups of people. I was never one to be involved with organizations, and I was really thinking about like not following through with it. I was really thinking about telling them that I wasn't able to commit after all because I had to work or whatever. But I remember one night prior to going to the meeting the next week, I stopped and I just looked at everything that I've been through in life. And one of the situations that really kind of stuck with me and made me really move forward was when I thought about how I lost my father at the age of 3, right? And how we had to like move to a different city, and how I had to like go into a different school, and how I was involved with a bunch of street gangs, and was in the wrong environment, and how at a very young age I got sent to a detention center for a couple of years, and like I started thinking about all this stuff that I've been through, and I was like, you know what, if I made it through that, I can definitely make it through you know holding a meeting. I can definitely make it through figuring out what we got to do for the next year. I can figure it out. It can't be that difficult, right? And I think that's when I really first understood self-humiliation. And when I say self-humiliation, there's a difference between being humiliated and self-humiliation, right? And I'm not talking about like being made fun of. I'm talking about admitting that you don't know everything, admitting that you do need help, admitting that you're not the smartest in the room. And that's self-humiliation. And what I realized is that, if you can accept self-humiliation, it really takes away a lot of the fears that we have, because it's okay to fail. In fact, failing is probably going to be one of the most valuable lessons that we can learn in life, because as we fail on something, we stop and reflect, and we say, okay, you know what? I did this and I got this, return out of it, right? It was cause and effect. Because I did this, this is the effect, right? And so we learn from that. And so moving forward, we start to make better decisions, right? And so a lot of times people are scared to make mistakes. They're scared to fail. They're scared that people are going to make fun of them. They don't want to be embarrassed, right? And so a lot of times they live in this box of fear. and fear and procrastination, it all associates together, right? So look, go into next year with the sense of, you know what, I'm gonna take more responsibility for my actions. I'm gonna take more responsibility for my current situation. Maybe I don't have the job that I want. Maybe I'm not in a position uh, at where I want to be at. Maybe certain situations are not where you want. Maybe next year you go into next year and start to reflect and say, you know what, I'm in this situation because I chose to do these actions, and these actions maybe weren't the right actions. Maybe I got to admit that I was wrong, and stop trying to hold my chest up high and live with these bad mistakes. I need to address the mistakes. I need to learn from those mistakes, and I need to make sure that I don't repeat those mistakes going into the next year. And so self-humiliation, taking responsibility for your actions is really going to help you going into next year. And believe me, like I've struggled with this for years, and it's something that really helped me transition from living in this box of fear and procrastination to really coming out of that box, admitting that I don't know everything, asking for help, getting mentors, getting coaches, and really just learning. In fact, you'll actually get more respect having self-humiliation than you walking around with this big ego and this big bully mentality, right? Because everybody knows in the business world, like if you start getting into the business world and start associating with millionaires and billionaires, if you're the loudest one in the group, if you're the bully, if you're the bulldog, if when people talk, you're always overpowering them, that actually shows a sense of weakness in your character, because it shows that you're probably you have some insecurities. And so you try to put on this facade, like you try to put on this macho mentality to cover that up. And so that's very transparent in the business world. So if going into next year, like I said, face reality, try to eliminate fear altogether, learn from those mistakes, and move forward, man. Move forward. I'm rooting for you guys. I believe in you because I know change is possible. You're looking at a guy that came from basically nothing, that's built up a business, that's built up a family, that's built up children. So if I can do it, I know you can do it. I believe in you. And I appreciate y'all guys leaving some comments. Subscribe to the channel. Hey guys, have a good year.